Let's look at your political, your social life, and all. So, yeah, you shared a little bit of it, that how that there was a time you lost some money in your school fee, and you had to move in with your boyfriend as at then, and so you experienced cohabitation, which I believe your experience of cohabitation will be totally different from someone else, experience of cohabitation. I've had to deal with what people call hard love, right? So there's this issue, or there's this story, event, not just a make-up story, that took place in one of the universities in the northern Nigeria, and the student in question was cohabiting with her boyfriend.
Okay.
And it happened that the boyfriend usually maltreat her. Another day, the same thing would happen. So there was this certain day that the student in question was told to see, you have to leave this house, this, not just the relationship, but just leave this house entirely. But what happened? What happened was a surprise to everyone. So I began to ask questions. I began to, more like do a research. Why do people love hard love?
Yeah.
Like the lady in question said, I love him. You love someone that will not kill you. Yes, but I love him. So later on in the course of my research, I realized that some people love to be beaten. In fact, I've had a case where a lady was angry with her boyfriend. You've never beaten me. You need to beat me and let me know that you love me.
Oh my goodness.
So these are issues where, when you hear experiences like this, and I think that's trauma. That's trauma, because that's the experience that they have. So someone that has never been loved before and now being loved, right?
Yeah.
So you are showing the person love. The person would be like, I don't trust you. It's like you are after something, because he or she has never experienced real
love,
genuine love. And that has to do also, it cut across every areas of our life and the way we handle things. So I want to hear from you, from your social life. How did you double date? You experienced cohabitation, right? And so I want to hear your political aspect of your university days, and of course, did you experience any cultism, poaching you to join them, or how were you able to? Was there anything like cultism in your school, and all those, the bad, the ugly?
I think for me, the system of the school, the way it is designed to be, it's very difficult for you to engage in cultism.
Okay.
And if at all there is a such, it's done in secrecy.
Okay,
yes,
that's your school.
Yes, if at all there is, which I had no idea of. Okay. Right, when it comes to the cultism partner, I was not really aware of any. Okay. And let's assume there is, due to the standards in the whole system, it's difficult for you to come out boldly and act in such a thuggery way and all that. Yeah, but we had other things that replaces.
Okay, what other things? I want to hear that.
And that was
other social vices and all.
You have people dealing with drugs.
Okay.
Right. You have people doing this
abuse of substances.
Yes, a lot, because there are people who their parents have money are in that same school. They were not coming to school, but they are taking school fees. Okay. They are taking dollars. I have a lot of people that I knew way back in school. They are taking dollars from their parents, but they are not showing up in school. Some of them are doing drugs, hosting party. Like they don't just show up in school. At the end of the day, most of them end up buying certificate, but not from my school anyway. Okay. They end up settling for one other
university there.
Yes, that can afford to take money and give their certificate for them to return home and all that. And then yes, you have a high level of prostitution too going on in that environment. There was, I was almost tempted to go in that direction. Because when I lost my school fees, I was desperate. Okay. I needed money to add up. Dollar changes as time, dollar rate changes. So imagine me not having that help, or somebody just giving me, can't take, because we're paying $2,500.
Okay.
Then.
As at then.
And then when I entered 100 level, dollar was 16,000 naira. Okay. But then it moved to 20 something or 30 something. I think, let's just say it got high, very high. That kind. I was not working. I was doing just makeup. And how many clients do I usually have in a day to afford that luxury for me and all that? So I think I was approaching to the time where we were supposed to do our graduation. Okay. And my school told me, now the system of that school, they are very accommodating too, because we are 3. They said, okay, go ahead and write your final exam. Okay. But your certificate will be withheld until the debt is cleared up. So yeah, I had the time, because most schools, they will not even let you write exam.
You can't do that in university in Nigeria.
Exactly. They won't let you. They consider me because my parents, like, they assume that our parents are paying this amount for 3 people. So it's not an easy tax paying 7,000. I'm paying $7,500 per term, not in a year.
Okay, look, per semester.
Per semester, rather, okay. Sorry. Yeah. So that's a lot of money, of course. So they had to consider that. So being my final year, wanting to go back, knowing that I'm about doing my graduation, I'll go back and do my NYSC, that pressure, knowing that my uncle is not even aware that this is something that happened in school. I was trying to look for this money. I was trying to look for this money to balance up. And then somebody reached out to me. You have different kind of calibers of people in university. I had overheard the conversation where the guy is a gay, but just telling one of his friends that this person met this person just one night and gave him such amount of money. Me hearing it, then I went back looking for money. And my uncle said, come back home and do your NYSC. I'm like, God, what do I do? And this was that. I know that was not something on a normal day I would want to do. Okay. That wasn't my lifestyle all throughout the university. But see how desperate you find. Money, sometimes there are situations that can make you very desperate. So I reached out to the guy behind. I went and said, please, like, how much I'm interested. I beg, just give me this deal, like something like that. Connect me with this person. And then he actually connected me with someone. I got to the person's house. I felt very uncomfortable.
Oh, no.
It felt like, saying this, I feel like I'm just having visions of how Nigerian movie experience, like most ladies in university are forced into certain lifestyle because of lack or something. Yeah, they needed
to meet up with
certain needs and all that. But I was not myself. I said, I can't do this. I asked the guy, okay, please, do you have weed? At least now I know that I'm not taking weed. Maybe let me not do this with my clear eyes. So let me be high or something to do this. He said, no, that his weed is free. I said, okay, do you have alcohol? He said, no. Me, myself, I said, my clear eye, I cannot do this. So I sat down small. I was having guilty conscience. I don't know. Oh, no. There are certain level. Sin is a sin, but then I've been fornicating. I have a boyfriend. I'm cohabiting, and then it doesn't feel like a big deal to me. And all of a sudden, the same sex I have with somebody else, I'm trying to have with somebody. All of a sudden, it feels very uncomfortable. I had to lie. That I had to tell the guy, because I could not go ahead with it. I had to tell the guy that my period just came. I had to leave. And guess what? The next day, my mom called me and told me that she has been prayed, that somebody walked up to her and told her that I have HIV, that she injured herself on her feet out of. So she started praying, those kind of thing. And I knew there that it was a prayer that turned me back from that. So you see, experiencing certain challenges can actually push you in a direction where you wouldn't. I'm happy I didn't actually, like, taking weed alone was enough for me to deal with. Like, it took me a lot to come out of it, because I was a slave to taking weed. Yeah, I was a slave to taking weed.
So